Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Could this be the year? Could this be the year James Harden gets his championship? Well, things are looking pretty good, man. He took a nice little pay cut. Shout out James Harden. Fully healthy. I feel like people don't really understand the magnitude of, hey, when you have a hamstring injury, you can't really do much. James Harden did as much as he possibly could have last season. You have you have an MVP guy in Joel Embiid. You have one of the most enticing, talented young studs in the whole league, Tyrese Maxey. He had a phenomenal year last year in general, 17 points a game, but he stepped that up in the playoffs, was a huge X factor for Philadelphia, dropped over 20 each night, and yeah, he's Doc Rivers. There's a reason there's so much praise for Doc Rivers. The reason I mentioned that is at the time of this recording, Doc Rivers a couple of days ago just said he thinks he's like the most talented young player he's ever had, which is a lot of praise, and it is rightfully so. And then you also had a phenomenal offseason. D'Anthony Melton for Danny Green. I get there were draft picks involved and what have you, but like, who's running Memphis? I mean, I get Danny Green can be a specialist. I call him Danny Red. Sorry, Sixers fans, but you are so much better off that you have D'Anthony Melton over Danny Red. I apologize. PJ Tucker, yeah, his contract might have seemed a little steep, but I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's not. And he is a specialist at what he does, and he is a complete X factor. Look at, or difference maker is maybe a better word. Look at the Miami Heat right now. They don't have a power forward. Dude, raise your hand if you fear the Miami Heat right now. There's nobody raising their hands. There's not a soul. They don't even have a power forward. Even if they had a power forward. This isn't a Heat slander video. Daniel House Jr., take it from a Rocket guy. I mean, Daniel House Jr. is good in his own regards. Definitely give you a bucket, can definitely give you a three. He's a solid player to have, solid role player to have. Took Houston a while to figure that one out. And this is the best part about the Sixers offseason. And if this video hits Sixers algorithm, which I really hope it does, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NBA videos. If you want more Sixers content, drop a comment. But I don't know why. I guess DeAndre Jordan is a great locker room guy, so I guess that's why you have DeAndre Jordan. I don't know what business Paul Millsap has on a roster at this point in his career. I think it's a couple years past that. You got rid of DJ, Paul Millsap, and Danny Green. And when I look at the Sixers roster, I'm like, those were the three glaring, why are they on it? Why are they on it? All three of those have had very, very good, prolific, successful NBA careers, but Paul Milton, I mean, come on. Come on, right? So, yes, the Philadelphia 76ers, I mean, we'll see. Jury's still out, right? Season hasn't officially started. They might have, at the end of the day, maybe I won't go as far to say as they won the offseason, because it's not like as much love as I have for my Houston Rocket boy, PJ Tucker and Daniel House Jr., and as underrated and low-key steel stud D'Anthony Melton is. I don't know if they necessarily won the offseason, because there were some teams out there that did some crazy, big time moves, trades, or what have you. But when I look at Philadelphia right now, I don't know exactly what projected starting five or what starting five they're going to run with. I would imagine there'll be something of, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey duo in the backcourt. We'll see if PJ is at the 4 and Tobias is at the 3, or if vice versa, or if PJ is going to be coming off the bench, and if you're going to be going with Matisse Thybulle, which I would go as far to say that I don't believe Matisse Thybulle is starting. I mean, I think he's a phenomenal defensive player, but especially I watched a lot of that Raptors series because I cover a lot of the Raptors on this channel. I don't think Matisse Thybulle should start until he figures it out a little bit better offensively, because it is a huge lapse to have no offensive or minimalized offensive game. But any team, realistically, no matter what Philadelphia did this year, the trade deadline, James Harden move was exquisite. This was a genius move. Daryl Morey, James Harden, it's bread and butter right there. But we kind of knew this last season. Anytime you have James Harden and Joel Embiid on the same roster, I mean, I really don't know what you can't do. And like I said, take it from a James Harden fanatic and a Houston Rocket fan. we already got plenty of a taste last season. But I'm telling you guys, a healthy James Harden paired with a healthy Joel Embiid, which is what they currently have, is terrifying. It's genuinely terrifying. Like, the one thing you should not give James Harden is a legitimate center who can do anything. That's like the one thing. If you're an opposing Eastern Conference team, if you're an opposing team in the league, and you're thinking, well, if we wanted to make, because James Harden, to me, maybe I'm still stuck in the Houston days. I don't think I am, because he's still a walking triple-double. I mean, there's very few, if anybody, players at his position who can do what he does to that degree. I'm just saying, man, I think James Harden, with the right players paired around him, and obviously health is extremely and probably the most important thing, is game over. And when I look at this bench, man, I mean, you just have a bunch of guys who are going to be putting up something. D'Anthony Melton. I cannot believe Memphis let this man go. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to rag on Danny Red, but D'Anthony Melton, you got Shake Milton, Daniel House Jr., P.J. Tucker, you got Niang, you got Furkan, you got Isaiah Joe, who's a G, you got Paul Reed, who's a G, you have a very low-key guy. I don't know how, if any, impact he's going to have on Philly, Trevelyan Queen, but he's a stud. This is a team that, if I'm in the Eastern Conference, I'm thinking, wait, hold on. Boston's good, right? Yeah, Boston's good. Milwaukee's good, yeah, right. Milwaukee's good. Maybe if they're healthy this past season, maybe they would have had a chance to, defend their throne. Miami's good, but are they really? I mean, I think Kyle Lowry at this point in his career, is he 36, 37? I'm not losing any sleep over the Miami Heat. Let's just put it that way. Why is no one talking about Philly? Right? Is it because they don't like Joel Embiid? Is it because Joel Embiid rubs you the wrong way? Do you not like James Harden? Does Harden rub you the wrong way? Do you not have faith somehow in Tyrese Maxey after, at 21 years old, he just put up 20 points per game efficiently in the playoffs? Is it because Tobias Harris isn't the craziest athletic stud in the whole NBA? I mean, Tobias Harris is one of the most consistent, reliable players in the league. 17, 7, and 4. I'm going to take that one. You have defensive anchors. Like, I just don't know what Philly is lacking that has them not really being talked about. I cover the NBA as my job, and for some reason, no one's talking about Philadelphia. No one's talking about Philadelphia. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's because I live here in Chicago. I don't know. I don't think that's the reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe people don't like Philadelphia. I don't know what it is. Please help me out down below in the comment section. Why? Hit that like button, man. Let's try and get this video out to Sixers fans. Why is Philly not getting respect? Or am I just oblivious? Hit that like button, hit that sub button. But most importantly, guys, go ahead, drop some comments down below on Philly this upcoming season. Do you think this is hype? Do you think this is fake hype? What do you think is going on with Philadelphia? I would go as far to say as, I mean, they're definitely a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they're a very legitimate threat for the NBA Finals. So that's it for me, man. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. I've said that too many times. That's my cue to leave. Peace.